lawn care and installation. And
Good morning, everyone.
What they do. Call Nathan. He's Steve Kane's personal tree trimmer, and now he wants to work with you. 954-680-7739. He's also available for condos, HOAs, and businesses. 954-680-7739. 954-680-7739. And make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. 954-680.
1-855-FLA-3782. You are listening to South Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show free, dial 1-888-COCAINE-1. That's 1-888-COCAINE-1. And now, here's...
Hey guys, welcome to the program. Yes, it is Tuesday morning, December 7th, 2021. And man, are things just falling apart for the Democrats. Today is a day that will live in infamy in another way. And we are at the beginning of the end of both the Biden regime and the domination of left-wing media in this country. You know, we call liberal media, we've been calling it mainstream media for a long time. You know? We hear that all the time, mainstream media. Sometimes it's corporate media, mainstream corporate media, different things. But what we used to call it was liberal media. And they became mainstream media because they took over everything. And there have been two major events this week with the left-wing mainstream media that is the beginning of their downfall, where there will be an actual massive change because of it in the mainstream media. The liberal media source of record is CNN. And they've always been left-wing at CNN. We used to call them the Clinton News Network. Remember those days when the Clintons were in charge? The Clinton News Network. And CNN has big trouble on their hands. Now, everybody knows about Chris Cuomo and what happened with Chris Cuomo and what is ongoing with Chris Cuomo. And then yesterday in the Jussie Smollett trial, there was a bombshell dropped by Jussie Smollett in the trial. There were a lot of things. I'm going to go through them. But one of the things that Jussie Smollett dropped involved Don Lemon. Don Lemon may have obstructed justice in the hate crime hoax of Jussie Smollett. And I'll go through this. I mean, this is huge. This is huge because their media manipulation of everything in our media has been criminal morally, no doubt about it. The Russia hoax, all these things they've put on us, the Stormy Daniels, everything they've been doing. You know, and CNN's the driving force of all this nonsense. And now they're in big, humongous trouble with Don Lemon. Let me read this article from the New York Post. It's the 6 takeaways from the Smollett trial yesterday from Jussie Smollett's testimony. The biggest takeaways from Jussie Smollett's criminal trial testimony. There were 6 of them detailed in the New York Post. 1. Smollett said he kept a noose around his neck because his creative director told him to. Remember this ridiculousness? When police arrived at Smollett's home about an hour after the alleged attack, the actor was captured on body cam footage still wearing a rope-like noose around his neck and told cops, "I just wanted you to see it." On Monday, Jussie Smollett testified he had taken the rope off after he got back to his apartment, but put it back on after his creative director, Frank Gaston, told him to. "Why would I keep it on?" Smollett said when asked why he took off the rope. "Frank told me to put the stuff back on as to not mess around with the evidence." Yeah, you don't mess around with the evidence. That's 1. 2. Jussie Smollett said under oath on the witness stand yesterday, under penalty of perjury, that CNN host Don Lemon told him, Chicago cops didn't believe his story. This is the biggest. During his testimony, Jussie Smollett said that he received a text from Don Lemon saying the CNN host had gotten a text from Chicago police saying they didn't believe the actor's story, which is why Jussie Smollett was uneasy about turning over his phone records to investigators. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a legal expert, okay? But, and I'll throw this out to you and the listening audience. A police officer tipped off Don Lemon that they were on to Jussie Smollett. Jussie Smollett sent a private text message, Don Lemon sent a private text message to Jussie Smollett tipping him off that the cops were on to him. Did Don Lemon commit a crime? Did he obstruct justice? By the way, did the cop that tipped off Don Lemon commit a crime? What was going on here? It seems to be some type of obstruction of justice criminal conspiracy going on with Don Lemon right in the center, tipping off Jussie Smollett that they were on to him. Personal satisfaction that, we don't like Don Lemon, we don't like Chris Cuomo. The way that the news media work, CNN is the head of the snake being the sleazy, slimy media, liberal media. CNN is the liberal news source of record. It used to be the New York Times and the Washington Post, but over the years it has become even longer. On CNN, you would find that CNN, what has happened with Don Lemon and Fredo this week, they've been doing this since back in the, actually, you could go back to the Gulf War days of 1991. CNN has been manipulating the news. They've been creating the news. They've been working behind the scenes to manipulate the news because they know they're the news source of record. So goes CNN, so goes the rest of the liberal mainstream media. And they have had agendas that they have been pushing on CNN that have affected presidents, affected the world, affected wars, caused impeachments and lockdowns and everything else. And typically, Don Lemon would have complete protection from any type of repercussions. He's famous, black, and a gay man. When you are a famous black gay man in America today, it is very, very difficult for people to bring you to justice when you've done something wrong. But when you helped a hate hoax continue, when you're tipping off someone who is being investigated by police for felonies, which is what Jussie Smollett was doing, he was committing multiple felonies, the hate hoax, lying to law enforcement, by tipping Jussie Smollett off that the cops were on to him. So